Very good evening, folks. Welcome to the Borderlens once again. This is another round of our In Conversation, and we have a great person today to talk to at a time when things are happening in Shillong. We are talking about the SIR, and at the center of this process is none other than the CEO himself, Dr. BDR Tiwari. Welcome, sir, to the Borderlands. We do this in conversation with different people, and this is a time we must talk to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Sir, would like to first just generally start off by asking you, how happy are you today with the process so far?
I am very happy as the pace and the process is going on in the state of Meghalaya. So far, the special intensive revision of electoral roll is concerned. So this process already taken up in the various states in the different phases. Now in this phase, Meghalaya and some other states are going in the SIR. So presently this enumeration phase, house to house visit by the BLOs and distribution of the enumeration form as well as the collection and to digitize. So this process started on 30th June 2026 and it will end by 29th of July 2026. We total 23,19,345 forms already been distributed to the electors. That is 98.71%. And the remaining about 1.29% is like that. Our BLOs are searching, but the people already been shifted, and most of those cases who are not traceable with best of our efforts. And out of all these forms, about 74.88%, that is in number 16,85,458 forms already digitized and uploaded through the BLO app. So this process already taken up in the various states in the different phases. Now in this phase, Meghalaya and some other states are going in the SIR. So presently this enumeration phase, house to house visit by the BLOs and distribution of the enumeration form as well as the collection and to digitize. So this process started on 30th June 2026 and it will end by 29th of July 2026. So 30 days process. And so far Meghalaya is concerned, once the process started, we have 23,49,645 electors. So each elector has been given two forms, enumeration form, and enumeration form, the present detail of the elector is already pre-printed, but they have to give the details of the previous SIR, either his or her detail or their progeny or lineage, and then their further details also. So accordingly, and then one form will be given to elector by the BLO. So as of today, we total 23,19,345 forms already been distributed to the electors. That is 98.71%. And the remaining about 1.29% is like that. Our BLOs are searching, but the people already been shifted, and most of those cases who are not traceable with best of our efforts. And out of all these forms, about 74.88%, that is in number 16,85,458 forms already digitized and uploaded through the BLO app. So we have the good progress, and I am very confident that team will complete this entire process well within the time.
Compared to 2005, what kind of a percentage are you looking at in terms of the gain and the loss in terms of the coverage?
If we see the 2005, we have around 13 lakh voters. So since this revision of electoral roll is ongoing process, and there is the special summary revision in each and every year also. So then whoever is attaining a teen year of age, earlier there was only one qualifying date as on 1st January of the corresponding year. So now there are 4 qualifying dates have been given as on the 1st April, 1st July, 1st October and 1st January. So whoever is attaining 18 year before that, they are eligible to be voter, and they are filling the form 6 to get them enrolled. And if there is similarly for the deletion also, form 7 have to be filled up, and this process is already continuing. But in the SIR process, we verify all existing voters at a time in the electoral roll. So we found otherwise in the SIR, even though they go, but all the time full information has not been passed. Names are also automatically not been covered under through form 7, because we don't know person is for time being shifted, are they shifted permanently. So there are certain limitations always happen. So time to time, as per the Representation of People Act's certain provisions, this SIR process is being conducted, and this is the 8th SIR is happening in the country. So it's not a new thing, and to make electoral roll error free and pure and healthy, it is statutory and constitutional mandate for the Election Commission of India. So this entire process is regularly happening.
We've seen what happened in some states, West Bengal for example,
Yes.
Bihar for example, and that has created a kind of fear in the minds of people that this process is more exclusionary than inclusionary as it is supposed to be. But Meghalaya, so far, there seems to be, like you said, the coverage is good, people are cooperating, the BLOs are out. So this fear that has been there, do you think this fear is going to have an impact here in Meghalaya, or it is something that we do not need to talk about in Meghalaya?
First of all, I would like to say there is no fear factor at all in the Meghalaya so far we are concerned. But I would like to little bit respond beyond my state's limit. In the state of Bihar or Bengal, if you see, there is the provision of filing appeal. If the person he or she is not satisfied with the SIR process, they can file first appeal to the district election officer, because ERO is the AC level to dispose of the form supported by the concerned AEROs. And then if first appeal also not satisfied, they can file second appeal to the Chief Electoral Officer. But even though a lot of publicity has been given regarding filing of appeal, but in case of even Bihar and Bengal, no such appeals. So,
but there are the appellate tribunals there, which
the authorities, as per the legal mandate, we are supposed to appellate authority. So ERO, superior officer, is the district election officer or collector. They can file the written appeal. It is a quasi-judicial process. So then they have to dispose of that one. And if not satisfied, then second level appeal can be filed with the Chief Electoral Officer. But so far no appeal has come to any Chief Electoral Officer of these states or other states, 12 other states, and then Bihar 13 state already, this process already completed. In Assam also, due to Assam accord, some deadlines are different. So they have the intensive revision of the electoral roll before the assembly election, and so far there also no such appeal. So process is happening very transparently. All opportunities has been given to all the electors. They can fill the form and submit it to the BLO, or they can submit the enumeration form online also. So, but for the online, they just have to link with the Aadhaar. So they can digitally sign.
Right.
To authenticate that. So process is very easier. And presently in this ongoing SIR process, while submission of the enumeration form, no document has been asked from any elector. They just have to give the detail, and previous SIR's copies are available with the BLO, and it is available on the CO's website, DO's website. Anybody can download, they can check their name or their relative's name in the previous SIR.
here I just want to, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but just here like to add this part, which is I think relevant, is some people, at least from the ground, we move around and we find that this thing is there in the mind that my name is not in the 2005 list. So what happens to me? Probably I'll be left out.
No, people should not be worried. Basically, they have to give their own detail. First of all, if their name is not there, in most of the cases, their parents' name, grandparents' name might be there in the 2005. Previous SIR, because that happened in the different year in different state. So they can give their details. If not so also, they can fill entire detail related to he or she, himself or herself. So at the time of the claim and objection, in case of that, they are not getting their name in the previous SIR, their relative's name in previous SIR. So then they, at the time of hearing, during this claim objection period, they have to produce out of 13 documents, 12th is the Aadhaar and 13 is the recently wherever the SIR process already completed, then extract from that SIR, roll after the SIR. So that is also as extracted.
So any of the documents?
Any of the document, but in Aadhaar there are limitations, they have to produce another document also in support. So they can submit this one and then it will be well verified and their name will remain in the electoral.
Again, coming back to, there's no comparison, but just coming back to West Bengal and Bihar, especially West Bengal, where there were the special discrepancies, which led to, a lot of people really held, their cases were held up. They could not vote in that election and their cases went to the appellate tribunal. So do you foresee these kind of discrepancies, like let's say someone's progeny is not matching, like you've mentioned. So parents are not there, grandparents are not there. One mother's name has been quoted by 10 people, let's say, or one father's name has been quoted by 10 people. So do you think those kind of discrepancies are something that we should address even in Meghalaya?
No, if discrepancies are there, we are here to address. But we are doing the ground verification of the entire electoral roll. So once they go door to door, then they get what is the right, what is wrong. So it's not like a possible limit is there, then they go and verify, and then if any such case, if entire record and everything is there, then there will be no problem. And we are very hopeful, and so far this almost 1 month is going to happen by the way we started this enumeration phase, house to house phase of the SIR, which is most important phase, we can say, that they going to verify and collect those forms and digitize. So far we have not received any complaint from any end. Each and every ERO and DO also having the weekly meeting with the political parties, and they are informing, we are giving the entire information to the press at our level also, but so far no political party side also anybody has complained so far.
And how's the cooperation from the political parties?
They are also cooperating, fully cooperating. As in Meghalaya, normally the appointment of booth level agents were not in the past. So they have we had very good coordination and no complaint. They have full belief. We can assume like that, otherwise. So we are insisting, keep on requesting, then somehow at present there are 892 number of the booth level agents from the national and state level recognized parties all together. Again 3,551 polling stations in the state.
And these have been trained? These BLOs have been trained?
Basically, they have been briefed and they have their orientation. Then EROs tried to explain the entire process, their role responsibilities. So some sort of the training, and more than that, their familiarization with the BLO.
But just to reiterate, let's say this is sort of an example. Let's say a person who has voted through the 90s. The person has become a voter in the 90s, has voted through the 90s, and then has for some reason been left out of the 2005 list, and then has voted again. Now, does this person need to, is there anything special that this person needs to do, or just fill up the form and apply and then wait for the draft roll to be out?
So his name is already there in the present electoral roll. So like we have already discussed, you asked the question ki whose name, neither his or her name or their relative progeny has been mentioned and found in the truth. They can also fill the entire detail, and at the time of the hearing, such kind of person also have to produce their documents.
So it will be based on the documents. It is
Yes.
the documents that decide.
If name is not there in the previous SIR, even though you have voted previously, so you have to produce all your documents. Yes.
We have a migratory population, as you are aware, in Meghalaya. Even the locals migrating from the rural to the urban. There are others who are going out of the state to another place. So it's migratory in nature. And there are also people that have moved out of their residences. Some people are staying in different residences, either in the state itself or outside the state. My case, for example, right now I stay in Guwahati, although I'm from Shillong, but for certain reasons, work, whatever, I have to stay and I have to shunt between the two states. So there are cases like that. How do you trace these people? What is the method? What are you doing to find out how many people have migrated? How are you going to trace these people?
Like you see, I already told about 98.71% farm we are being able to distribute. 1.29% voters are the farm, our BLO trying their best, even though trying to get their phone number. Some are in abroad, some are in other state, they are trying to approach, but these are the cases whom they could not approach with best of their effort. Still the efforts are ongoing. We are taking local authorities help, other neighbors help also, whomever known person or some relatives. If the local people are telling you, okay, we don't have, but such and such person we know who might be their friend or relative, even we are approaching to those people also to trace them wherever they are. So there are the cases they already registered themselves in the other place but forgot to get their name deleted. So they ask you want to retain, fill the enumeration form. There are a number of cases they refuse, okay, we don't want to give our filled enumeration form in your place. Such cases are also, and there are the ASDD data. ASDD means absentee, shifted, diseased and duplicate. So as on the 21st July, I am just giving this data. So we had total ASDD electors so far in this process, about 2.29% of the total electoral roll, that is 74,006 electors. And out of that, 7,921 electors they found absent. They could not be traced. And 18,729 electors already shifted to other places. And 44,012 cases of the death people. And then duplicate is also 2,892. So such cases already been identified. So these are the things from the ground report we are having.
Right.
So we brief all the data to the political parties also time to time.
Have you received reports? I mean, these are again few things that, the media has also been reporting it, that somewhere, not generally, but establishment has also not been providing information or not been giving out certain kind of information to some people when they've gone. For example, first time voters. When they've gone to, to some, let's say their parents have gone and they've said, my son or my daughter is a first time voter, I need a certain form. I don't know what is this form. So apparently they've come back without having got any proper information. So do you think these are areas that need to be also looked at?
Basically, I am hearing we already briefed our BLOs that they have to provide if somebody is asking and going to attain 18 year as on the 1st October or they could not be included. So they can fill the form. But the inclusion process, everything will be just after the SIR, this process. They will not be included in the draft roll. Draft roll will be based on the receiving of the filled enumeration form.
Right.
And after the 29th, then 29th July, after around a week, on the 5th of August, the draft roll will be published. So that will be widely publicized. Copies will be uploaded in the website also of the CEOs and DOs website. We will give the copies to the polling stations and prominent places also. So like Darbar, which is very prominent, and then they know the local people, so just to have people can go and approach and get that. And moreover, it will be online, it will be available with BLO, it will be shared with the political parties, so it will be pasted in the polling station. They can see his or her name are there in the draft roll.
And what's the cooperation from the people on the ground? Like, let's say if your officers or your BLO and the others, when they are going from house to house and they've not met a certain elector and they've decided that, okay, now we've not met him after 5 visits, let us paste the application form on the door.
They are trying to do that. Only in few cases we come across very practical approach, like the person was residing long back, it was a rented house, and then owner also might be changed. So new person they don't know, then if you are going to paste and there is no trace. So certain cases, then in 1 or 2 cases they are just convincing that this is the process. But all the time, so the video recording also they are doing, they are trying their best to have it. But all the requisite mandatory part is being conducted by the BLOs.
So you're satisfied with the BLOs? You think the BLOs are doing a fantastic job?
I'm very much satisfied. They are also having lot of challenges, some issues they are also facing. And in the Meghalaya, the CMTET exam is also scheduled in between, and a good number of BLOs are going to appear for the exam. But even though they are doing all their duties, so everybody to level with the familiarization with the technology, app, everything, it's not always similar.
True.
Everybody's understanding level is also little bit varied. So in that way it may vary little bit to the BLO to BLO, but all the BLOs are very much oriented, dedicated and doing their job.
And there are, in Meghalaya, you know it very well, like most people in the state do, that a lot of places in the state are inaccessible. The terrain is such. If you go towards, let's say, the hilly areas, the
networks
are also not good. So these must be some challenges that the BLOs have.
Challenges are there because Meghalaya, we received the heaviest rainfall on the planet. There are a number of southern slopes, especially the wettest area. And this is the rainy season, monsoon. So this season itself is one of the main challenge for our entire election machinery to conduct this exercise. Secondly, the road challenges, accessibility, and then network challenges, all are there. And I say that there are the schedule also for the exam and other than. Even though with all those challenges, our team is fully motivated. And so far I have not received any such demotivation or any complaint from their end ki this issue, that issue. We keep on asking, we going to field, all official also going to field. In several occasions, I myself have seen and witnessed and interacted with number of people and BLOs and find no such complaint. If any such small thing to facilitate or other issue, we try our best to facilitate them.
There have been some confusion. And I want really you to give that assurance on camera so that people really know it, that you have to fill, if you are filling the enumeration form online, you also have to do it offline. Is that the case, or is it either or?
No. If you are filling online, you are not required to give your offline form also to fill, because it have to be digitized. Only the case in some cases we heard and we come across, like BLO is not aware you already filled the form online, and whatever form filled online, that have to be verified later on by the BLOs. So in that cases, that is like a human thing, you have filled, you have the filled and signed physical copy also. If you want to give, they are not insisting. But there are the cases people filled online, they are also not satisfied and they are searching BLO to give the form.
Right. So you've heard it from the CEO himself that it is either or. There are some cases, these are isolated cases, but you can't generalize. So that is what the CEO is saying. So I hope this has gone deep down into our minds and a belief system that it is either or. The last question, sir, is you've been to the field yourself, and which is very encouraging to note because people have been talking about it. You've been to the field, you've said you waited outside yesterday where the elderly people were not ready. So, sir, what has overall been your experience? Could you like to share that with us?
Basically, this is one exercise. We got this opportunity to be part of that one, and So it is a part of the people's service. They are the electors. Electoral role have to be pure and correct and error free to make our democracy stronger at the grassroots level, because electoral role is the base of entire electoral process. So this is a process to make it clean and pure. So all the team election, from district election officers, electoral registration officers, AEROs, assistant electoral registration officers, BLO supervisors, BLOs, even the other state like electors and political parties who are at the receiving end main stakeholder, we are working together, and media is also playing very vital role in dissemination of the messages, right kind of just to like you ask several questions, there are confusion, to remove all those confusions and to make the picture clear, and all support we are getting from all end. And even there are the queries even in the legislator in the state. So on their request, we have at least, they want to have interaction to sort out, there are some confusion, there might be lack of clarity at certain point, certain practical aspect. Like one very senior person who they ask me at the time of once they are taking my photo by the mobile, because this is the photo only BLO is asking along with the enumeration form. So he told me I have to remove my specs, they have to take the biometric like that, otherwise I nowhere removed my specs. So I told, no sir, it's not a situation. If you are having your pic with the specs, so you can just give with the specs. Our BLO will also take your photo through his mobile with your specs also. So at that senior level, person being the 5-6 time legislator, and certain confusion arises, so we are always there, and our through 1950, that is toll free number, people can ask, complain, they can book a call with the BLO.
Yeah.
So a number of calls have been booked and we keep on responding them, and very good response we are getting. People are calling from the people who are not staying in the state, like the students. So somebody is staying in the Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Delhi, and somebody told, no, you have to go there and fill your form personally there in your state itself. It is not required. Anybody from his or her family on their behalf, they can sign and give back that form to the BLO. So
Doctor, I was going to come to that. When you mentioned, okay, the student, I'll just give you a situation here, and this is the last question really. The student fills up the form, or the student does not fill up the form, someone else fills up the form for the student because the student is outside. But during the time of hearing, let's say that student has missed out also that 2005, so he or she has to come for the hearing. On that particular day when the hearing is scheduled, the student has to appear for an exam and is not being able to present physically. Then what happens?
It is not only one day hearing. Hearing date can be rescheduled also.
There is a provision to reschedule.
Always. It's not only you come on that particular day and if you missed, then you forever missed the train. It is a manual process just for the verification. The opportunity has been provided. They have given a date. If you can inform them that I am not able to, they will give the other date also. Very obvious. And all the EROs, they have already instructed all the BLOs, and our responsibility just to get all eligible citizens included in the electoral roll, and only the thing no ineligible citizen to be there.
Okay.
It has been great, Dr. Tiwari, talking to you. I think you've covered so much. You've covered most of what we really had to, and the rest of it, of course, is coming out daily. People are getting to hear. If you have anything more to add, otherwise, thank you so much. It has been wonderful talking to you.
Once again, through you, I would like to appeal all the voters, at least they should not be panic or worry, and they have to see one app is there, ECI Net. So all the solution you can, your query to get your role checked, you fill the requisite number of form or do the enumeration form also to fill. Let all the mobile holder please use this ECI Net app. This is one point solution for all election related issues and queries, and to brief others also how to use that. because all queries, everything, it is the solution is in your hand. You need not to worry. You should only know knowledge is the power. And this one app, now all the election related things are combined in one app, that is ECI Net, ECI Net. So Election Commission of India Net. So they can go download this one and use this. All question, everything will solution you will find.
So that's the answer actually for many, at least people who are in the cities. ECI Net, the network is not that bad. Go to ECI Net and you'll get to be sort of, you'll get to learn a little more about what the process is. In case of confusion, you can get it there. And if not, again, then the CEO is always there, holding press conferences, talking to the media and telling people how the process has been unfolding and how it is going to unfold finally when we have the draft electoral roll in place. Thank you so much.
Thank you.